Yodit was the very first girl who came off the street and into the home. And she is just a bundle of energy and enthusiasm, and that's the girl that we met. The girl that they brought out of the streets a few months ago was a very different girl.
Her story was, she was orphaned, I think when she was around 8 or 9 years old. And she was sent from the countryside here to live with an aunt and uncle who were very cruel and abusive to her. So when she became 16, she said, I couldn't live with that any longer, it was too horrible. So she left the house, didn't know what to do, met some girls who were working as prostitutes, and before long, that's what Yodit was doing. One night, they brought me to a room where one of the girls lived who used to be a prostitute. She's an older woman. So we're in the room, and we're sitting there talking, asking questions about the future. God, it was like God just zeroed in on Yodit. And we didn't know that Yodit was a stranger. We thought they were all friends. And one thing led to another, and Yodit got saved that night. She got baptized that night. So she was our first one. But now, I mean, she's something else. She's full of life.
She's just coming out of her shell, and she's blossoming. She then went to her best friend on the streets, told her about Christ, brought her out, and now they're both there in the home together. And it's so exciting to see them together and laughing. And Yodit wants to be a fashion designer, and she's a beautiful, beautiful girl, and she'll have a great future. It's not going to stop there. That's going to touch them for all eternity and spread out to reach everybody else who they come in contact with too.
I'm not going to sit by and do nothing while people starve to death and kids' lives are ruined. I'm breathing. I'm walking around. There's not another thing I need. I'm going to spend my life, my energy, my time, my money to relieve human suffering. Because there's nothing that's more important than that. Jesus died so people could be free. And we are now free. Those of us in this place tonight, we know Him. We are free. And it is our God-given obligation to get over our sweet little selves and begin to do something for somebody else.
I would go back to visit some family members, and during those summers, I was sexually abused by a family member. I equated the abuse that had happened to me, and it all came back to one thing, that I wasn't worthy to be loved, that I wasn't valuable. Because if I was, the people who were in my life, grown-ups, would have protected me. They would have protected me from it. They didn't.
As a young girl, Theina suffered the trauma of losing both parents, her mother to a drunk driver and her father to a drug overdose. She went to live with an aunt in Phoenix, which was yet another step into darkness.
It was a wild, wild, wild time. That's when I first started doing meth hardcore. My aunt dealt it, and she introduced me to it, and I was hooked. I was sharing a room with a girl who was a stripper, and seeing her come home with the money and realizing these stupid such and suches, they give you this much money, that I could actually take my sexuality and what I thought was power to get what I wanted, to get what I needed. And for the first time, I thought I had the tools that I was gonna be able to control my future.
Theina moved back to Vegas and began stripping in the clubs, making an average of $500 a day. Her addictions were out of control, and her life was darker than ever.
That's when I got, out of the blue, a parcel from an aunt. This aunt had attended this lady named Joyce Meyer. She'd gone to her conference or something, and here was these tapes. And I just sarcastically put it in to check it out, and the truth shot through my ears into my spirit. I remember getting so offended and so mad, I turned that thing off and threw that tape down for a little bit. I was still going on with my life. I mean, living wild, living crazy, but there was, what I know now was a little bit of a seed that got in me that started to say, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to feel like this anymore. You do not have to go through the rest of your life with this abuse and this hatred and this self-loathing, and that there's a whole nother possibility, and that there's this love from this God guy that I can have and can change me.
A short time later, she discovered she was pregnant, and after her daughter was born, she moved in with her grandmother looking for a fresh start.
That's when my aunt, she'd lived close, and Joyce Meyer stuff really started piling in, and I'd listen to everything and listen to it and listen to it again, and it was in my Bible, and just completely, for the first time, just got saturated in it all.
Theina gave her life to the Lord, and over time, God helped her break free from the addictions that had a stranglehold on her life. Today, she's the manager of a church daycare. She homeschools her daughter, Tristan, and she is finally able to help others who are struggling with the same addictions that kept her in bondage for years.
If it wasn't for partners giving like they do, I might not be sitting here today like I am. I mean, if they had not empowered Joyce Meyer to spread the word, to make it available like they had, where would I be without that information? Where would I be?
Always remember that indifference makes an excuse, but love finds a way. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed the things that we've shared with you today, and that you feel even better about your part in reaching people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. You know, because of time constraints, we couldn't possibly show you everything that you enable us to do. So please take a little bit of time and go to the website address on the bottom of your screen for a detailed report of the ministry's finances and outreaches. God bless you, and please remember to enjoy every day of your life for the glory of God.